Anyway, but that's the weird, that's the weird thing about American politics. It's like, again, another Southern governor came out and declared, hey, we're going to have Confederate History Month. Like it's cool, And then you have to explain to them, no, that's fucked up, slavery, we have a black president. And then they're always like, oh, that slavery. I forgot all about that shit. That's not what we meant. We meant the good parts about the Confederacy. The good parts about killing Northerners and seceding from the Union to ensure a plantation economy. Oh, well, that is good. But I got to, folks, this is fun to do a show here because, this crowd is very smart and they like this kind of shit and they're interested and this is fucking fun, right? And so I got a call a week ago, last Monday, to go do a show for Jerry Brown. He's running for governor again? Yeah, he's not dead. And, and he's running for governor against Meg Whitman, who fucking Dick Cheney just endorsed Meg Whitman because, Mussolini's dead. And Dick Cheney feels indebted to Meg Whitman because he got the plans to invade Iraq off eBay. So I thought it would be a dream gig, and it was a fucking nightmare. So I get on, so I get there, and I think it's gonna be great. Well, this is a nice room for a show because people are sitting in front of me. Well, let's pretend that you weren't, and that everyone, it's like this. Here's how I'm doing the show. Oh, here's the stage, everyone's over here, there's 4 fucking people right here. Okay. So I get in and I'm like, okay. So I decide to I tell the guy, hey, just when you bring me up, don't tell him I'm a comedian. Just pretend I'm gonna be another boring speaker. And then if I say something funny, they'll be like thrilled, instead of expecting me to be funny, because this is a horrible situation, and if I'd have known it was like this, I wouldn't have came. All right, so he goes, all right, good idea. So I think it's can't fucking miss, right? Because even if I'm boring, no one will know the difference, right? They'll just think I'm another jack-off speaker, right? So I go up there. You can't do sarcasm if they don't think they take you at face value, right? So I figured I'd open up with this one. I go, hey, it's great to be here. They introduce me. I go, hey, it's Jimmy Dore from KPFK Radio. So I'm like, oh, that's great. They won't know I'm funny. And so I come out there and I start off with my joke and I go, hey, how about, every time I travel, people always ask me, how do we vote down gay marriage in California? So I had to come up with a theory. And my theory is I think a lot of the gay guys voted against gay marriage themselves. Why would they do that, Jimmy? Hear me out. I know they're gay, but they're still guys, right? And most guys don't want to get married no matter who they're fucking. Right? Let's say you're a gay guy and you don't want to get married, but your boyfriend does. You go, oh, I'd love to marry you. You kidding? Let me go vote. No. And then afterwards you go, I wanted to marry you, but they made it illegal! Well, that's really funny if you know I'm joking. If I'm not, if you don't think I'm joking, I just sound like Pat Buchanan. So I do that joke, fucking people are like, no. And I'm like, oh, maybe I should have told him I was doing comedy. All this shit's going through my head a million. And then go to the next joke. And I do a joke about Dick Cheney, and somehow it ends up about assassination. And people are like, oh, assassination. It's fucking the wrong thing to bring up at a political fundraiser, So then I finally go, okay. And so then I'm supposed to bring up Garcetti. I don't know which his first name is, Eric or the guy who's in the city council now, Garcetti, right? Who I find out later is a little bit of a prick. And I didn't know that, right? So I'm like, I'm sweating nothing. I've been fucking eating it, and they're thinking I'm an asshole. And And the guy who got me to do the gig is on the side with it going, get the fuck up. And so I'm like, all right, I gotta get off of my dignity. So I do the joke about my brother being a teabagger, and he used to think that he would call Barack Obama an elitist. He was like, oh, Barack Obama's an elitist. And he is, he's the worst kind. He tried to hide it, you know. First by being born black, sneaky. And then when he was 2 years old, he talked his old man into leaving the family, thereby ensuring anything he achieved in his life would come from the sweat of his own brow or the brilliance of his own intellect. I don't like it. That's not how it works in America. First your father's president, then you're born half a moron and you become president. It's called working your way up, fuckface. So I do that part of the joke, and people they're like, oh, that's kind of funny, because there's nothing really shitty about anything in there except. So then I'm like, I'll push it, I'll do the last part, and then I'll bring up Garcetti, right? So the next part is, and I go, now my brother's new thing is he likes to call Barack Obama Hitler. He's like, oh, that Barack Obama's Hitler. And I'm like, how? How is he like Hitler? Oh, he's like Hitler because he's trying to take over the healthcare. Okay, I don't think universal health insurance was the problem people had with Hitler. Hey, he's invading Poland, killing all the Jews. I want to choose my own doctor. So I do that part. It gets even a little bit of better laugh. I'm like, okay, I can get off stage. So I interview Garcetti. He comes up and he goes, well, I never had to follow a Holocaust joke. And I was like, you motherfucker! That's not a Holocaust joke. That's a joke about my asshole brother called Barack Obama Hitler. I didn't say any of that shit because I was already in the elevator. Thank you very much. Good night, y'all.